Welcome to the birthplace of college football. The State University of New Jersey, the campus of Rutgers in Piscataway, and we are ready for what ought to be a tremendous game today. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the North Texas Mean Green, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here as always by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So Rutgers offense will get the first crack at it here. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
And he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. While the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint, the Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one, too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12, wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
So the North Texas Mean Green sends out the offense, and they'll go on the attack for the first time. When you have a weapon like this on the outside and a guy in the secondary whose job is to take everything away, it's going to be a great matchup, guys.
It's so fun to see how you attack great safeties in the middle of the field. Are you willing to do that, or are you going to try to live on the perimeter? This offensive matchup will be great.
Yeah, normally you'd say receiver versus safety, the receiver's going to win. This safety, though, has got the speed to run with this guy, and he's going to make it interesting back there.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves him with second and short. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Got his man on the right.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Quickly complete. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll run it on first and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, North Texas.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. At the 40, there he goes. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Scarlet Knights want to move quickly. Going up top on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Ingram.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. And the Scarlet Knights decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and North Texas has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. First down to start the drive after the break. The run to the right. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. 9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Man, this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. It doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They'll try to run for it. That'll move the chains. It'll be a 1st down for North Texas.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
North Texas really has it going on offense. Leaves it with the running back. Shakes off the defender.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
The give to the back. That'll move the chains. It'll be a 1st down for North Texas.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
They'll snap it from the 30 on 1st down. going with the ground game left. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this run.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting him on the ground.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Trying to surge it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mean Green. Getting set for the point after. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Caught over the middle. It's Garrison. And he's brought down after a huge completion. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Got his man out of the backfield. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
He makes the grab, and they pick up just a few on that completion. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They've got time. They've got the lead. And, David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the 2nd half.
Feeling some heat. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll throw on 3rd down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Going back to the well, another deep ball.
Let's go. Let's go.
Touchdown, North Texas. And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead.
He had to do him like that.
This one in a hammerlock here in week 10.
His mama came to the game.
So good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Piscataway. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game.
And the returner will be brought down. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep plowing it on until they find an answer.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They'll try the run. Running with power. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line getting set on second down. To the ground with the back. On the move at the 30. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. He now has 106 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. To the 10. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
North Texas has it going to work with another first down. They move the tight end all over. He'll do it himself. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep outside contain. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He makes the connection. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra muck.
Touchdown, Mean Green! And the stomping has commenced.
I definitely like being the quarterback coach of this guy because he makes me look good. I mean, he makes me defend the whole field as a defense and all the weapons and all the options, and then he can do that. He can take it himself, glide into the end zone, and get 6.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So a drive there of 84 yards. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense
Get some cold
has done
cuts.
well. They're
Get some cold
behind
cuts.
huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
The Scarlet Knights will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Here's a return from midfield. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Power football with the run. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like, the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
That's the end of the quarter, and North Texas has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll put the tight end in motion. To give as they work on that clock. That'll move the chains. It'll be a first down for North Texas.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Takes the easy one to the back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. North Texas doing business from the red zone.
42 slider.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the D.
He finds his man. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. North Texas really has it going on offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Touchdown, North Texas! And the pummeling has started. They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Ohio is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Bobcats have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Kent State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn.
And it's picked off. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Yeah, and they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. North Texas has it going to work with another first down. Quick pass on the jet motion. Past the 25. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Number 3.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Rutgers, 0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
They'll throw it on first down. Coming after him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wide out. A strike downfield.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell them deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him think I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page. First down.
Throws to the wide out. What a job to lay out and make the catch. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming.
And what an individual effort, making a beautiful catch, diving out and snagging it, Reese.
Just laid his body out, and that's a huge gain after the spectacular reception. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And the pass is incomplete, looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over. And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think...
Good way to bounce back. Wait, what?